chicken cordon bleu sausage. Let's make some. I've got some skin on, bone in chicken thighs. I was getting these because I was hoping there would be a layer of fat under the skin, but whoever butchered these went in and took all the fat away. I didn't want to have to add any extra fat, but I end up adding some pork belly. But I just clean the bones, save the bones and the skin for stock, and yeah, it's pretty simple. Just clean it off as best you can, save the rest for stock. And then I make sure that I cut the pieces up small enough so they'll fit into my grinder. Okay, now I'm cutting up that pork belly. I did 80% chicken and 20% pork belly. Cut it up small enough to where it'll go into the grinder, and then put the chicken and the pork belly in the freezer for about 45 minutes to firm up so it will grind easier. And I also put all of the parts for the grinder in the freezer as well. Here I've got some leftover Easter ham that I'm just going to dice up small enough to fit through the horn on my stuffer, and go from there. And here we go with the Swiss cheese. For the cheese and the ham, I did 10% of the total weight of the chicken and the pork belly. And again with this, I'm just dicing it up small enough to fit through the stuffing horn of the sausage stuffer. Now I'm just weighing out the salt and the seasonings and the breadcrumbs. I use breadcrumbs as a binder because cordon bleu is breaded, so you definitely want that flavor in there. All of the ingredients will be listed in the description. Coming up here, once I get done with the seasonings, you're going to see me grate up some Parmesan. There it is. And I usually put Parmesan in the breading of cordon bleu, so that's why that's there. And now the everything is chilled down, cold, and we're going through the grinder. I'm grinding this on a medium plate. I'm not really sure. I think it's a 6 mil, but I don't know. It's the medium one that came with my grinder. And because everything was cold, you can see here that it's nice and pebbly. Everything is separated, and it all looks good. It went back in the freezer for about a half hour before I brought it here, put it into my stand mixer. I get that mixing, and then I add in my seasoning and binder, and I add some water. And then once that gets tacky and will stick to the bottom of my hand, that's when I add the cheese and the ham, and I just let that mix until it's fully incorporated. I don't let that mix for a long time. I don't want to break up that cheese. You can see here, it sticks to my hand. It's not going to fall down. I had to whip my hand to get that off. And now I'm adding in the ham and cheese. Now that it's all mixed up, everything's incorporated, I'm going to put it into the sausage stuffer and pressing out as much air as possible, and then get the sausage casings on the horn and stuff it. These casings were weird. One of them was really small and the other one was kind of small. They weren't the same size as they usually are. I don't know what happened here, but I didn't get real uniform sausages. But anyway, so I just crank the stuffer and I try to. You don't want to overstuff it. You're gonna see here in a second. I will pinch the sausage, and if you can get your fingers to touch together, you're pretty good. If they won't touch together, you've overstuffed it. But you see there, it pinched real good. I didn't have a problem doing that. So now I can continue on using that same pressure until I get them all done, and then I will make up the links. Okay, now I just figure out what size link I want, and I go every other one and twist up a link. If you skip one every time, you don't have to worry about which way you spin it and all that. So I just do every other link and twist it up, and then it's good to go. Once they're all linked up, I'm gonna set them off to the side on a rack and point a fan at them and let it dry for about an hour. That way the little twists when I cut them apart won't come unraveled and have sausage explosions. Oh, before I do that, I take my little corn on the cob holder thing that I have there and I poke out all of the air bubbles. And after they've dried about an hour, I just take a pair of scissors and cut between all the links, and they hold together really well. Now we have a big pile of chicken cordon bleu sausages, and they're ready to vac seal and or cook. And you see what I did with most of them. All right, it's done. Let's give it a taste. I don't know if you can see that, but big chunk of ham there in the middle. That side has some cheese. I just baked this in the oven at 375 for about 20 minutes. Got cooked all the way through. Your times will vary depending on how big your sausage is and your equipment, but let's see how it tastes. That's awesome. It's got all of the flavors of cordon bleu, the breadcrumbs, and obviously the ham, the cheese, the chicken. It's all good. It's all there. I would maybe add just a little bit more thyme, and I might add some marjoram to it too. But That's the beauty of making your own sausages. You can flavor them up the way you want. If you like the video, give it a like. Give me a comment if you have any questions. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Stay tuned. The next sausage video is going to be pretty interesting. Loaded breakfast sausage with bacon, egg, and cheese. Take care. Bye.